of time. So like we're gonna see all these weapons that don't make sense to this world.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool though.
It's interesting though, right? Because wouldn't you like think they would need a I guess they have some sense, right? Because they need a program. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't go into detail because like it is an anime in the end of the day, but
Like I get what you're saying is that like, well, so she's playing as a god, both her and
oh,
Asuna,
she
and
is.
then
I thought she was like on a lesser account.
no, they are. I think everyone of the friend group is gonna be playing as an admin god character, and then all of the friends they recruited in the last season that were like in Alfheim will be lesser characters.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. So I'm guessing she'll have access to like the terraforming that Asuna had.
Well, I think for her, she has because her name's Soulless. I assume she has power of like light, or will be really really
Oh,
strong with command level.
okay. So
Versus,
I'm guessing like they have different like they have different domains of control, I guess.
yeah, I think so. Because like the two characters we saw, the trainee under Kirito and Yujio, they knew her as like God Soulless. So I believe
Ah,
that the different gods, different admins had different responsibilities when making the game.
okay. That makes
Makes
sense.
sense to me at least.
Yeah. All right, cool. Um so then like after they meet with Kirito, Kirito notices that like Sinan is oh gosh, I'm going to keep butchering her name. Sinan. How do you say it again?
Sinon.
Sinan is there. And I'm just waiting for like Kirito to get up because I remember like last time when they were trying to interact with Kirito, I think I forgot what his name, but one of the soldiers were like I think trying to attack Kirito, and he was able to deflect it despite like being crippled, right?
Oh, Ricoli used like a sensory attack on Alice, and then like Kirito blocked it with his
Yeah.
willpower.
So I'm like really waiting for the moment to Kirito to like do something. I'm not sure if it's now, but
When Sinon went to hug him, he like clutched his sword tighter and like wanted to do something. It seemed, and he realized there was like something going on. But at the same time, he also is still like comatose. I mean, we see in the
true.
OP though that he seems to be the one to defeat Vecta.
Yeah.
So that was really cool in last season. So last season had an OP where you see Alice fighting a Vecta or Vecta's teammate, I think. I forget if it's the teammate or him. But then like halfway through when Asuna comes in, suddenly Asuna's in the OP fighting with Alice. And I thought that was amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, then after that we go to Lifa, which was she actually, I'm not sure, but was she transported recently as well? Or was she just like
Yeah.
okay.
Non and Lifa came together from their own VR headsets, while Asuna, I believe, is in a light duct thing
Oh,
machine. STL.
okay. That makes sense. I was unfamiliar how she got there in the first place. Or she was just like stumbling around wherever she was in the front lines, but I guess she wasn't. She just recently teleported, which I guess makes more sense.
I think we teleport first, and then at the end we'll talk about Best Girl when they are teleported all together with everyone else.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello there.
come with a gift.
Ooh. Don't mind.
I'm
We
gonna
just get
cuddle.
some stone.
Cuddle.
Ooh. Cuddle time.
The Leafa scene though, again, was such a weird scene.
It
I don't
was.
understand why they did that and why it had to last so long.
um yeah, that was with Liplin. Was that his name? It was like the boar. It wasn't he wasn't like a commander, was he? Of the Dark Territory?
He was the commander of the orcs,
Oh,
of
he
one of the orcs.
was. Oh gosh. I feel like there was such a discrepancy between like I forgot her name, the one who was like sucking Lifa dry, basically.
IEL or IDL or something.
Yeah, she was the commander of the mages, right?
Yes.
And it was like such a discrepancy between the mages and the orcs, like seeing like the captain there versus the versus her. It was like there's no way this
How
orc is gonna compete with
I
her.
think you was that like what their powers were meant to do. Like all the orcs were like very basic human troops, while she has command over like a source. It's kind of like rock paper scissors. Like the
Ah,
mages have so many more powers in this world. Like it's kind of like an unfair comparison.
okay.
while like the human knights have actually both powers. They can use sword combat, humanoid fighting, along with like magic.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it really seemed like they were livestock in this sense because how weak and fragile based on what Lipton was doing. And saying like,
So Lipton, remember, is the one whose wife was sacrificed
yeah,
to make the
yeah.
little.
I think it really played into like the livestock trope, right? Like it's a pig, and like the pig wife got slayed or sacrificed. Like that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it also seemed like that was the weird thing is Leaf instantly recognized that like the non-humans really are humanoid and have human emotions and consciousnesses. Because again,
Yeah.
she where that's normalized. Like all the different people in what is it, Alfheim have like different looks and races and cat girls. Speaking of cat girls, best cat girl is Alice, but we talk about that later. Wait.
Yeah, so you were telling me how about like she was actually regenning health while she was being sucked, like while she was being drained. Which
I think that will be explained later. So I think we're talking about this personally. So Solus is the character I think has the light power or has like power of sky dominance, kind of in a similar way to Apollo, where Lifa I think is going to be is like the Earth god. So she has like regen because she is like nature.
okay.
How I thought it looked.
And this is actually playing out pretty nicely in regards to like their name as well, because like Lifa is the Earth character.
I assume that had to be like planned.
Yeah, that's probably of course planned, but I like how that turned out. Just looking at it right now, I didn't notice that. Oh god.
How about I'm gonna skip to the end to make important talk.
Okay.
Guy or best girl, Klein.
Ooh.
Were you Klein to come in at the end and be a samurai who just fuck shit up?
Honestly, no. I was expecting an actual resurgence of more like dark territory troops. I did not expect that at all.
I'm amazed he was the first one to come to the rescue. I rewatched SAO this last weekend or last week, and like the Klein dynamic is so awkward, but like in a cute way. Because Klein is, I think he's 8 years older than Kirito.
Oh,
No,
geez.
when Asuna and Kirito start dating, Kirito is 16 and Klein is 22. So there is a eight. No, it's your guy. So he was 20 when this all started.
Okay.
So it's now been like 2 or 3 more years, I think. So like they're much older now, but it's their relationship was more like awkward brotherly strangers than like real friends. And then their friendship only came out of the meeting at the beginning, and then like nothing else. They didn't talk again until the end of the game.
Yeah, you're referring to Sword Art, right? When like they were meeting at the center.
Yeah, so like their relationship's always been kind of awkward. I think that's one of the biggest issues with Sword Art is like all the relationships with the characters are so messy, which
Yeah.
brings us into a topic we'll talk about later, which is progressive. But for now, I just want to like mention how it's so cool seeing like the Deus Machina of Klein come in to save the day,
It was cool.
and the change of like all the friends coming down.
It was super cool. It was like, I had no clue what this was, and all of a sudden, it was like wiping out everyone. First of all, I didn't know if like everyone died around. Was that Asuna? Yeah, it was Asuna. I didn't know if that like everyone around her died. I was so like unsure of what was happening there. And then all of a sudden, like this whirlwind comes out and just kills everyone. I'm like, wait, Asuna's still alive. She was unharmed. So I was like, this was probably a good guy. And there you go. It's Klein.
Have power like he's Avatar: The Last Airbender. He'll have like wind power.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comparison to like Yasuo from League of Legends, but yeah, that's the same thing. Well, I guess not, but
there's still Agil. I don't know his name. It's like the big dude who is the blacksmith.
Oh yeah.
We haven't seen him. We haven't seen Liz. I think we haven't seen one other person.
Last time we saw them, weren't they recruiting people from the previous game?
then Sinon and Lifa were there.
Oh, okay. So they should be coming shortly, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think they were all in that one drop, is what my assumption would be.
Okay.
I did like that though. But then, so before we saw that, there was an interesting fight, and this is the reason why I think they went this way instead of what you assumed. So instead of having more reinforcements now, we're going to have all the friends come. But we saw Vecta fighting Berkoli, and he's just broken. Like, I don't know what his power is, but whatever he does,
Yeah.
he has like the power to disconnect AI from the world, it seems.
Yeah, that was completely nutty. And like I'm someone who expects like Broccoli. I'm sorry if I didn't say his name right. To be like super strong and like busted because he's got time manipulation, right? I don't know. It seems kind of like strong
More
and
space manipulation, I think. It's like a weird
space
way they did it.
manipulation. Okay. And so I was like, there's no way. Like maybe he's gonna get a run for his money. But I guess Vecta just didn't. Like Vecta's just OP, and it seemed to be like a pretty easy fight for Vecta. I don't know how you saw that, but
Yeah, Vecta definitely had complete control in that fight.
and I would have no way. I honestly, I'm thinking that Broccoli is going to die here because
Yeah,
the way Vecta seems to be, he's just ruthless, and he just has Alice right by him, and just like I don't know. I don't think Broccoli's one to stay alive for much longer.
I do think he'll probably have that fight's going to be interesting because he both has another attack he hasn't used, along with the power of like plot,
Yeah,
where like they
the strongest.
all of a sudden they like go into whirlwind powers and destroy everything.
Okay.
So I think he'll have that kind of thing where like he'll like go berserk.
Yeah. Um, I was actually kind of hoping for them to lean more into the fight before I saw that actually Vecta could manipulate people from a distance. Like it seems like he can just sort of point his sword and just like
And goodbye.
yeah, that was like okay, there's no reason to keep fighting. Like
How would he fight Sinon otherwise?
yeah. Like I think more episode could be I guess more could have been done with like the fact that I don't know, maybe Vecta could have played around with him just to taunt and show how strong Vecta is. Like he's actually like a god king compared to everyone else. But
So like a lot of the god characters are like level 80, 90, 75. Vecta's level was question mark, question mark, question mark.
oh, okay, ooh. So despite having all these like god characters, like Vecta could probably be like the strongest of them all, even like combined probably.
Yeah, because again, like Vecta was never supposed to be a character. It was like a locked up account that never was supposed to like resurface, but because they got desperate, they brought him back or
Yeah,
made him.
like that's probably one of those like characters you talk about in an RPG or MMO or something, some game that's just like fabled to exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty nutty. And I guess this is why it warrants all those god characters because Vecta's just too OP. Which right now I'm expecting to see like a huge fight now because of just how strong Vecta is.
Well, so I'm not positive, but I think if Kirito or Asuna die, they would like take real life damage
Oh,
because their lights are connected, while everyone else right now is VR connected.
oh yeah, she did. Yeah,
So
she
they're going to
is.
a much more similar way to like the AI than anyone else because like they're actually connected to the game. So Kirito and Asuna, like they can be in the game during the time manipulation, where like the game runs at like 10 times to a billion times faster.
Yeah,
So that was the main point, was that Kirito is hurt. So they're using time manipulation so that his Fluck Light could like develop faster and hopefully heal him. I found
uh,
a zombie here. I'm sorry. I want to be your friend, but I think you're going to kill me instead because of the lag.
whew. This is a nice little shaft I have here.
I have one heart And a creeper.
But that's pretty much all I have to say about the episode. It was generally pretty good. I like it a lot.
What do you think's gonna happen in the next episode?
The next episode, so from what I expect, I think they're gonna. I think first of all, I think Vecta is gonna be able to escape. I guess this just leaves more room for like episodes, but I don't see him being caught anytime soon, just because seeing how the fight is going right now. And that's particularly because like Broccoli told his units to go back if he were to fall, and like they don't stand a chance against Vecta if their captain doesn't stand a chance against Vecta.
Or that's the 3 dragons.
Oh, were they dragons? They weren't like actual soldiers?
3 dragons that he was riding, all of them.
Oh, okay. That's actually okay. That makes sense, I guess. What he was doing beforehand. I was wondering what he's talking about when he was talking about using dragons, but
I think Sinan is going to catch up and then like just get destroyed.
wait, why do
And
you
it will, like,
why do you think Sinan's gonna catch back up?
because Sinan was the one that Asuna sent after Vecta.
But do you think like how do you think she'll catch? I guess they can use dragons. I don't think they showed dragons though.
So Sinan has the ability of flight. She is the one
True.
character that has.
I guess the question is then like
How fast?
how
she flies.
fast, and is it comparable to Broccoli's like fly step or I don't know air stepping, whatever he was doing?
Well, so the Broccoli only caught up because he used its time skip.
Yeah, but like you saw that he could like kind of fly, right? When he was like dancing around Vecta. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah, he was like air walking or something.
Is that like comparable to what? Probably not. I think she might be a little faster because she is a god.
Significantly faster.
Okay.
I think she's gonna go like zoom zoom.
I mean, have we seen a god versus Vecta yet?
No, Vecta's fought no one but Alice and Broccoli.
Okay. I'm trying to see if there's any comparisons we can make, but I guess we really haven't seen a fight with like another god, but I'm expecting it to be a slaughter, to be honest, unless someone else catches up.
Blackie and just utterly destroy him, but he's now going to go kill her, I think, or attack her. I think that's how they're going to revive Kirito, is that the lackey, who we saw is now a low-level character, is going to go attack Asuna and like assassinate her, and like Kirito's going to freak out.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know though. Like, what do you think is expecting to wake Kirito up?
Either Alice getting hurt badly or Asuna getting like destroyed.
Because I feel like we've seen like having a loved one come, like either being Alice or Asuna didn't wake him up from his comatose. So it's like I don't know.
Well, so the big issue is that dude bro, whatever his name is, the lackey of Vecta, he is like sociopathic.
Yeah, he is
going because like Asuna is clearly weakened right now. He's gonna like kidnap her or like take her and just like try torturing her, and then Kirito's gonna hear it and wake up and be like, okay, I'm Kirito. I can become a vegetable and not instantly because I am Kirito, and the power of God and anime is on my side.
Oh gosh, I feel like that's not gonna happen. Like, I don't know how like that information would be relayed to him because he's still on the back line, right?
No, he was with Asuna. He's in that little group.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's with Asuna.
Sinan saw him.
That's true. Maybe. I could see that. Oh gosh. And then like even if that's the case, yeah, actually come to think of it, he does have plot on his side. I was like, even if that's the case, I think Vecta would be stronger than Kirito, even if he doesn't have like the godhood status on his account, does he? I don't think he does.
I don't think so, but they'll probably like give him a new account or something, or like level him up.
Like wouldn't that require him to like be logged out or something? Because he already has his old account and like it doesn't seem like he can log out right now, right?
Well, do you remember when Kayaba fought him in like the shield mode in the first fight? or in both fights when Kaiba fought Kirito.
Yeah.
And both times he is like, go faster, and he goes faster.
Yeah.
A lot of Underworld is like will to live, as we've seen, because like all these characters go insane when they use their will.
Yeah.
And the plot has made it very clear. Kirito's big PP energy is more than enough to do anything.
This is true. Yeah, you're making a lot of sense right now. I was like,
So I think it's likely that Kirito would like be able to use mental fortitude to do godly things.
I was sort of expecting Liplin, the orc commander, to like go berserk and like turn into like Calamity Ganondorf and just like
We wanted to think that, and that's why they did the way they did.
I was like, oh, this would be really interesting, but I don't know, like that scene still isn't over yet, is it?
Kind of. I mean, she killed it.
Yeah, she got destroyed. Actually, yeah, come think of it, I remember the blood pouring everywhere. Very easily too.
Yeah, that was an easy fight for Leafa.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I know some of what happens in the in the anime or in the light novel, so like knowing that it's gonna be like I have an idea of what happens, because like we also see in the OP again that Vector gets just wrecked by Kirito eventually, from what it looks like.
Okay.
But I also playing the game, and in the game that came out like with this, Alicization Licorice is very like weird and different. So they changed the ending. So instead of like Yu-Gi-Oh fighting by himself as the sword, Kirito like takes up the sword of Yu-Gi-Oh and then fights Admin. So I think they need to bring Yu-Gi-Oh back somehow.
Yeah. I'm expecting him to come back. I think he might come
But again,
back.
we don't see any pictures though, which is weird. Like we see Alice in like light novel pictures in the future game or arcs. We don't see him.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
We also haven't seen real best girl Yuki yet. And I thought Yuki was with like Sinon or Asuna. Maybe they'll turn Yu-Gi-Oh into like a Yuki substitute.
Maybe.
So that she can get some love instead of just like daddy love. I always enjoy just her randomly saying daddy and everyone being like, what, you have a daughter? It's like, no, it's the fucking AI. How about, what do you expect? I think it's only 12 episodes. We were talking about earlier that like there is chance for arc after this. Would you want the show to continue? Like I feel like this is the best part, like not this right here, but the last season was probably the best season in terms of like development, spacing, look. So I really do think it makes sense to make more content, but do you think it's going to be a continuation of the last weird arc we were talking about, or progressive?
I like this arc a lot. I would even like compare it to like sort of the first arc, really, and that like it was very immersive. But I don't know. I think I would like to continue the story where it's at right now, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing like the progressive.
I think it'd be cool if they redid the show as progressive and in a different fashion. Instead of doing 12 episode arcs or 24 episode arc for the first one, just do like a One Piece thing or Dragon Ball thing.
Ooh.
And do 100 episodes. Like just make the show and care about that later.
Ooh, that's I don't know. That seems like it could go on forever. I guess that could work.
People were happy with like the ending of SAO originally, and then people hated Alfheim. I would be totally for retconning the ending of SAO and going all the way up to 100th floor. Like Kirito loses the fight, joins Blood Oath, but then when they fight Kaiba at the ending, he like gets beaten, and Kaiba just doesn't kill him instead. He like just paralyzes him afterward, and then goes to the floor 100, and they actually beat the game.
Ooh, then it's like an alternate universe, and Kaiba's still alive, right?
Well, Kaiba's gonna die either way because or Kaiba didn't die in the game. Kaiba survived, but they killed him at his house, I believe, or he was like he committed suicide.
Yeah. Um. Oh gosh, that'd be a different take then, because then Kaiba wouldn't be. I don't. Do you think Kaiba would like suicide after that?
Well, he suicided because what he did was a monstrosity, and he was gonna go to jail for the rest of his life. He Jeffrey Epsteined.
But like, I guess what does the progressive universe entail? Like, are these people actually locked in the games? I guess they are because it's just
Yeah, it's the same exact
okay.
story. Just instead of like seeing Kirito at 14 and then 2 episodes later he's 16, it's 50 episodes or 50 volumes or chapters later
Oh
instead of being.
geez.
So like the way the first novel, the light novel, did it was like just big plot points, exactly like the anime, where like we saw him meet Asuna, we saw the first floor fight. However, there's one difference. In the light novel, originally, they hang out a little more and like become a little closer friends. And then we skip later to like the guild he joins, and then we skip to them dying, and then we skip to him being suicidal, and then he saves the little dragon tamer, and then then they skip to the part where they're fighting the powerful people who have the ability to kill people without, and then they go on a date and they make a big point. So they sleep together, but the anime doesn't want you knowing that. But also, the big change of why Asuna's best girl for Kirito is that she had nightmares every single night for the first 2 years. And then when she slept with Kirito, she lost her nightmares, supposedly, in the light novel. But the difference is, so instead of doing it that way, where like every chapter is a big point, every chapter is like a floor.
Yeah.
And so they've now already made, I think, more light novels of progressive than like all of like SAO was was 2 volumes. I think progressive is already 9.
Wow.
So 2 books versus 9, and they're still I think not even like halfway done.
I'm wondering like what would entice me to watch the progressive compared to just like SAO as it is now.
Like go watch Alicization, and like you see the animation's better, the plots are better written, like everything is so much more detailed and like fleshed out animation wise and story plot wise. So that I think people used to rate SAO as like a 10 out of 10. I think it's like a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think Alicization is like a solid like 9.5. So I think redoing progressive could bring up SAO, make it even better. And the biggest point of why anime is made is to promo manga and light novels to make money.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to make a promo for something being released and made now than things that are already out. So generate hype for something that's new and costs more and makes more money instead of generating hype for something that came out 3 years ago.
Yeah. I guess that could yeah, that makes sense.
Either way, I do think there's a lot of discussions on that. And so maybe what we can do is we'll do this kind of content twice a week if people are interested in it, where every Saturday or Sunday we'll talk about the new episode of SAO, and then maybe another day a week just do a discussion on things such as progressive topics, changes, maybe even talking about how the light novels deal with Alicization versus how the show is. So please let us know what you guys think, because we would love to continue playing random games and talking about SAO and get your opinions on some of the topics we talk about.
Yeah.
Either way, thank you for watching. If you want to subscribe to Ace, you'll see him in my description below. And until next time, ciao.
Ciao.
Stealing my word.
Oh gosh.